Well, that was wasted. uh, I was talking and I realized I didn't hit record. Great. Let's just repeat it again. You might find yourself having to repeat some things. um, but anyway, as I was saying, although you wouldn't know that that's what I was saying. But so what I heard was that song. It was it is a Mariah Carey song, "Emotions," but it's a specific line that they were bringing my attention to, which is like "You got me feeling higher," and it's the point where I think it's towards the end of the song where she's really hitting those super high notes, like the whistle notes. Um, so this was coming through while I was just shuffling the decks that I wanted to use as like clarifiers or to expand upon whatever vision or song, and it happened to be a song this time that they brought through. So that was it. I don't know if that song is significant to you, and I'm not sure if it's the emotions part that they want me to focus on, or the fact that, like the word higher, like ascension. Maybe you're going through ascension process, the ascension process, or ascension symptoms. uh Yeah, it's just the higher and like those really high notes that it just keeps going on. Thank goodness she has a lovely voice because it's repeating. But yeah, okay, so you know what, I have these in my hand, so I'll continue to shuffle these and we'll see what else comes through. Oh, okay. There's like a handful of cards that keep coming up in these readings. So one is health, and the other one is creativity. You can't really see that. Maybe you're eating an orange. I don't know. And the other one is health. It has herbs. Can you see it? There we go. Okay. Health and ascension. When you're going through ascension symptoms, like you can feel exhausted, of course. You can also experience like sniffles in a way, headaches, migraines for sure. At least I know that's what I've gone through. Okay, I think that song has more to do with ascension, because that's where I feel like I'm being guided. It's not towards like that, like that lovey-dovey aspect of emotions. Um, so you are raising your vibration. Excellent. It's good. Better for you in the long run, really. Okay, so let's see. Anything else? If you want to elaborate, please. Oh, I feel like my bones hurt. So you might also be feeling something like that. Like it feels like when kids are going through growing pains, like you literally feel like you just want to like burst out of your skin. Um, I don't like that. I felt that before. Like when my gift was opening up. That's when I felt that. That's not it's not pleasant. Okay, we'll put it that way. So maybe that's what you're going through now too. But don't worry, Spurs got you. It's nothing to be afraid of or to be alarmed by, because it just means that your frequency is raising. But so you might be scared because they're kind of telling me, like, relax, it's okay. You'll get through it. They're with you. They're the ones that are guiding you up, okay? Might be seeing little bird. Ooh, I just heard three little birds. Okay, I know there are three little birds here, but as I was turning it around, I just heard it and confirmation. So you might either be listening to that song, or it might be significant to you. Whether it's the one by Bob Marley, the one that I actually heard was the Corinne Bailey Rae version, but it's not the version of the song. She just has that line in there. Three little birds sat on my window. What is that with? Put your records on, or girl, put your records on. Look up that song. It's a sweet song. I like it. Okay. So, oh, okay. I was just kind of flicking through, and cleanse caught my eye. These beautiful little lemons. Look at that. So you might be called to clean your space. You might have clutter that you need to get rid of. Let me see. I don't have anything else. So yeah, let's see. Okay. Do you want to fall? Just kind of teetering there. You know what? I feel like I'm going to put it on the side and we'll see. Um, that's it. Okay, so we have wisdom, the owl, transition with the blue butterfly. Oh, purpose. Okay. You're aligning with you're transitioning. We're talking about raising your vibration, but you're aligning with your real purpose, the reason why you're here. Wisdom, I feel like keeping right here, so I'm going to keep on that side. Motivation and moods. You might be feeling a little moody, but just keep in mind that if you feel yourself going backwards, because they're showing me like a Ferris wheel, but it's going the other way. So if you feel like you're going backwards, you know, falling back into those, I don't want to say negative thoughts, more like bad habits, like the default thoughts that you might have, where you know you've just been in that on that vibration for so long, you just automatically go there, or just in that state for so long, you automatically go there. But don't anymore, because you're supposed to be pushing forward. Push through it. Don't focus on the old, okay? Like ways that people wronged you, or you know your old triggers. You've been working on healing that. So, and it is a process. You are going to feel like you take 10 steps forward and then 50 steps back. It happens. You keep going back and forth, back and forth. Because again, like I said, it's a process getting through. It's not just like, you know, you have this breakthrough and voila, everything is solved. You never think about things from the past. You're still human. You're, of course, you're a higher level soul that's having a human experience. But yeah, it's hard on this plane, and they know that. They see everything. They know it, okay? They don't think you're crazy. That just came through. They think I'm crazy. They don't think you're crazy. Right? Okay, and we have motivation. So I think okay, I feel like putting this with purpose. You are highly motivated and like wanting to find the reason why you're here. And it feels like you want to, or you feel like you're the type of person who has a purpose in leading others in terms, it's not anything specific. Like it's not like, I was about to say spiritually, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's like to be some kind of like new age guru kind of thing. Um, that is not what I'm getting. It's more like, okay, the word seva came through, which is basically like, you know, to do good for others, to be of service. So I think that is what it is. Like you have this want in you to be of service to other people. You've gone through and you've experienced some struggles, um, and you don't want to see other people go through that, which is sweet. But also remember that it's through those struggles that you gained a stronger connection to source, right? So you don't want to deny people of that. Of course, you want to be helpful, but I'm just saying, like, you don't wanting to solve everyone's problems robs them of the experience of learning too. Okay, so there's a way to help people, and I guess I see like a string, like a thin line. So there's a thin line between being helpful and doing everything for them. And when you walk that thin line and kind of teeter to the wrong side of doing everything for them, you're, like I said, you're robbing them of the experience of learning. You're robbing their soul of those lessons that they need to gain. Oh, they're bringing me back to that vision of, so a few videos ago, I had a vision of, like, a fork in the road, and one road leads to the destination, like a little more straightforward, and the other one is curvy. But along that really curvy road, there are tons of gold trinkets to pick up, and each one of those gold trinkets represent lessons. So when you do the work for someone else, or when you help, but it's not really being helpful, it's really just doing, yeah, like I said, doing the work for them. You're not giving them a chance to pick up those trinkets on their own. You're kind of like, you've built a bridge. Oh, you've built a bridge from one end to the destination. And so they miss out on all of that. They just go whoop, right over. And so they haven't really learned anything. They get to where they're supposed to be, and you feel like you did good, and you did. You were helpful, which was a kind thing for you to do, but ultimately you didn't really help them because they're not able to collect those lessons, those life lessons, um, which is the reason why they're here. So be careful with that. I don't know why that came through, but there's a reason. Okay, so they brought me to wisdom. Okay, so use the wisdom that you have gained. Use your intuition to guide you so that you're not doing the work for someone. You can help them. You can give them. Now I'm seeing like little crumbs. You're showing them in what direction to go, but eventually those crumbs stop and they have to start using their intuition. They have to start using their know-how to determine their path forward. So you can be a guide, but you can't walk the path for them. Okay? That's interesting. That came through with wisdom. You want to look at it and see what you get. Okay. Now these feel separate off to the side, which is why I put them on the side. So I have here good vibes and self-expression. These were the two cards that were kind of teetering. They felt separate from this part, transitioning to finding your purpose, motivated to find your purpose. So maybe this is what's going to keep your mood stable. Okay, finding. Oh, we did see creativity earlier. I think when I was splitting the deck, or when I was shuffling. That's not a word. Shuffling. We saw creativity. So I think that is where these two cards are, or what these two cards are referring to. Finding that creative self-expression is going to keep your vibration high. Okay, so you can continue to use your wisdom and you connect so that you can move forward. You can find your purpose and stay on your purpose because you're highly motivated, according to what I feel and according to the cards that they gave me. Okay, let me put this here. Let's see what else. Which one? Let's try this one. So take these. Let's move this up. I'm seeing bees and sunflowers. I don't know why. Okay, sunflowers, I know why, but I don't know the bee. We don't have any bees here. But there's sunflower and motivation. Bees represent work. Like, I mean, that's what I think of. I think being hard at work. No, we're talking about your purpose. I don't know where you're going with that. What do you want me to just, you can please elaborate. And what do you want to tell me with the bees? All right, we'll take those. All. Okay, 5 cards fell out. That's a lot. For bees? Okay, for bees, they're drawing my attention to this one. So we're going to look at this one first, and then these other 4 we'll look at. Let me set this aside. Oh, fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. That's what you're working on. Okay. We talked about going backwards, that Ferris wheel that would turn backwards every once in a while. It's so easy to get sucked back into this. But focus on going forward, focus on living in that energy of love. And it doesn't mean that's, don't get the wrong idea with that. It doesn't mean like, being delusional and I guess there's a phrase nowadays you hear like I think it's spiritual bypassing, right? Just trying to look at the positive and basically like ignoring the reality of what's presented in front of you. Don't do that. But I do want to say focusing on finding that self-expression, that creative self-expression is going to help you continue to move forward. It's going to help you turn that Ferris wheel back to the point where it's going forward instead of rewinding, because you need to control this. This is what you need to control, okay? You don't want to live in that fear and the stressors of the past. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. It does feel like a test sometimes, but try. And it helps to connect. It helps to find that method of meditation, or, I've mentioned this before, it doesn't have to be that typical sense of meditation that we think of, sitting in quiet. That's not the only way to meditate, okay? Find the way that works for you. Do it. It makes a difference. And it really does rewire the brain. There are studies, okay, that show that it's not just your perspective that changes. It's like the brain actually goes through some significant changes when you've been practicing for some time, okay? Um, they wanted me to tell that to someone, okay? Because that's it. That's all they gave me. Let's see what else is there. Okay, death. I'm learning that endings are merely beginnings. We also have, let me show you. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. The lessons to be learned. I feel like lessons goes with that. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. Oh, look at that. And service. We did mention that. I feel good when I can help others. All right, so. Okay. For me, death and patience are basically hand in hand. You might find yourself going backwards because you feel like you're in this waiting period, in this middle no man's land, I guess is what they're showing me. Like in those, like I'm thinking of like a World War II movies, um, that area where it's just barren, no one is there, but you have the ends behind you and you have the beginning up there. So you're in that period of just kind of transitioning to the new beginnings. The endings have already taken place. And that's why the fear creeps in every once in a while, because you're ready, but then you're kind of thinking, well, I don't know what's coming next. At least that but there's something better for you up ahead. And that's where patience comes in, okay? Everything happens with divine will. I accept that everything happens in divine order, in divine timing. I know it can be annoying to hear, but there I see machines, like, well, not machines, but like the inner workings. Maybe it's like of a clock, but I'm thinking of the gears. So you don't necessarily know what each of them does, but each of them plays a significant role in, the working of a clock, or the functionality of the clock, right? So I feel like that's it. You might feel like you're in that no man's land of not knowing where. Oh, I didn't shut that off. Sorry. At least I know the recording keeps going. You feel like you're in between, but even that in between serves a purpose. You don't necessarily know what it is right now, but you'll see when your new beginning actually starts, you'll understand why you needed that break, why you needed this restful period, why the in between was really essential. I spilled my water everywhere. Okay. Why the in between was actually really essential for those new beginnings to actually open up. Okay. And that might actually be why. Ding. That's what it is. I was about to say you're going through that ascension process, and it's because of that you're ascending. So you're not quite ready for that new beginning to open, but you're getting there. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. Confirmation. It happens. I don't know. I haven't looked into why burping is a thing when you're like channeling information, but it is. Um, yeah. So even though you don't know why it's happening, you don't know how it benefits you. It does. It will. You'll see. Okay. And then friendship and service. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. If you were clearing out those toxic relationships, or even just relationships that just don't vibe with you anymore, there were lessons to be learned there. Nothing was a waste. Oh, at the beginning, I said, well, that was a waste. Nothing is a waste. That's why that came out. Wow. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I'm just like in awe. I'm left speechless. It's amazing how they tie things together. Okay. Anyway, so back to friendships. So as you're clearing those relationships out, just let them go with love. It sounds hippy dippy, but it's true. They gave you something. If they gave you heartache, they gave you a lesson. If they gave you true friendship, but you just don't, you feel like your paths are diverging, they gave you true friendship, and you can hold that in your heart. You know what kind of a friend you want in your life, and you know what kind of a friend you want to be. So that'll help you as you move forward. Nothing is a waste. Okay. And service. We talked about that. I feel like I don't think they're giving me. I feel good when I can help others. You can help, but don't do everything for them. Okay. Don't rob them of learning. Yeah, I'm not getting anything else from these. Okay. Do you want me to? I kind of want to take this deck. Let's shuffle. Let's see what else they want to give me. Oh, I made a mess. Let me straighten it out. Hold on. I might just pause. I'm just straightening out the cards that we already took, okay? Yes, we have this over here. Wisdom was on top. This way, when I shuffle that deck, wherever those cards fall, I will know what they want me to focus on. Okay. All right, so let's shuffle. Okay, we have the Masters, Sacred Support, 33. Oof, and Chiron, the Wounded Healer, transforming pain into growth. I told you, there's no waste, okay? Everything is a lesson. And you are ascending. You have the Masters with you, helping you, guiding you. You're never alone, all right? Okay, just any last messages? They have been like tossing out chunks of cards, yeah, and then that's it. Oh, at the bottom we have Divine Power, Ancient Wise, Gifted, Lost Home, Cosmic War, Cats, Birds. And we saw, oh, it's a butterfly, but we did have an owl. Okay. Strong, resilient, spiritually mature, natural leader. That is Divine Power, the Badass Soul. So you might feel like, if you have any of the clears, you might feel like they're strengthening, or you might be developing some new ones. All right. Wow. All right. See, only good comes with ascending. Let me show you. We have death and judgment, with death and rebirth, which is what you're going through. It feels like that ending. That ending is that death, and it's not in, a negative way. You've learned whatever lessons you needed to, and now you're getting ready for those new beginnings. You're getting ready. It's basically like leveling up. Okay, that's what you're doing. And you can expect, this is beautiful. Look at that. Magic and miracles. Okay, the high vibration. Nothing is an accident here, guys. I'm telling you. I told you. Sometimes I'm left speechless. We're talking about raising our vibration. We're talking about that Ferris wheel going forward, right? You're moving ahead. And shaky rebirth. Taking those 10 steps forward and then feeling like you take 50 steps back when your mind just goes to the default. But you can't blame yourself because you were at that level for so long. It's going to take you a while to stabilize once you get into the higher vibrations, right? It's just the way things are. Back to the gears. So the gears are turning, but every once in a while it gets stuck, so you have to kind of move backwards just to get unstuck. And continue moving forward. So every once in a while you go back, but it's like revisiting that lesson, but it's getting shorter. You're not dwelling in it too much. You catch yourself and then you keep moving forward again. Beautiful. That's good. And because of all of this, you can expect magic and miracles. Let me see what it says at the bottom. It says heart-centered, highly gifted. We talked about if you have any of those clairs, you might feel like they're coming online. Or some new ones are coming online, or they're strengthening, they're changing in some way. Creative. We talked about finding that creative self-expression. Imaginative, healer. Did we have healer? I feel like I read that somewhere. I don't know. Okay. And balanced, freedom seeker. I like this. I actually want to look in the book for Andromeda, the high vibration. Where's the card? Okay, and that will be it. Okay. We need to talk about a shaky rebirth, sudden unpredictable changes, breakthroughs, awakening. Guys, come on. That with death and rebirth. It is so clear. Okay, so I want to look for, what am I looking at? Andromeda. Okay, where are you? Okay, here we go. Oh my God. Listen, you're leveling up. Did we not say that? You are leveling up, okay? And your vibration is rising. Your guides are ready to bring you some miracles and magic. Enjoy the new freedom that comes with this. That is incredible. I love that your vibration is rising. Good. Good for you. The more people we have raising that vibration, the better things get here. And again, it's not just materialistically, it's all those things that it can be so heartbreaking about being, in the 3D world. We're leaving that behind, okay? We are moving forward. And right now it is a shaky rebirth. You have, I was putting some of these back, and divine progress is where I split it. The angels, okay? They're always with us. They are guiding us. Do you want me to say anything else? That's it. I think that is all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's it. I guess stop and smell the roses, because I see someone smelling roses, or unless that's what you're doing. Oh, they're bringing my attention to the perfume. It's like the sweet perfume. What? Oh, freedom. You're going to have the time to just take life a little slower. I see. Okay. See, sometimes it's not always that clear. It does take a little bit of Okay. This is specific to me, but whenever It would take me a while to grasp a concept. My father used to call me a tube light because, it's like a fluorescent bulb. It would take a little bit, like when you turn the switch on, it would take some time. You'd see some flickering going on. So, there's some activity. Oh, God. That was between us. He didn't mean that in a cruel way, okay? So nobody come after my father. Don't do it. um, yeah. Oh my God, that was funny. Okay. I think that was just for me. But yeah, so you're gonna have time to enjoy life a little more. I don't think you were able to do that when you were struggling, when you were going through the tough lessons. You just didn't feel like you had the luxury is what's coming through. You didn't have that luxury, and now you will. You will, okay? Because expect the magic, expect miracles to take place. You have the masters. We saw 3-3. That card of the masters came through. So you're not alone. They're guiding you to something so much better. As I'm putting back the purpose, they're guiding you to something so much better, okay? So focus on that. Keep your vision like locked in there. They're showing me tunnel vision, and at the end, there's like that spark of light. Keep your eye on the prize, as they say. All right. And don't get upset with yourself when you feel yourself going backwards. It's okay. We all go through it. Just you quickly redirect. Remember, change that gear. Sometimes we have to turn it back because it gets stuck, so we turn it back a little bit, but just as quickly turn it forward and keep going. Okay? This was a really long reading. Okay, I hope this resonated with you. Please leave a like, comment. Let me know if this resonated. If you feel called to, if you feel so inclined. Okay. Yeah. And whenever you see this, I hope you have a wonderful day or night, and I will see you in the next video.